So you've heard from the crew that makes our show happen every week. Now it's time to hear from you. So let's check out some of our favorite viewer comments of the year. Our first one comes to us from our story inside the Air Force Research Lab. A YouTube viewer that goes by BT writes, "Man, your channel is really good. Refreshing. A lot of bad military channels out there." Well, BT, we agree. We think we've got a pretty good thing going here. But as my grandma always said, the biggest room in the world is room for improvement. So while we thank you for watching and being a part of the show, BT, we also want to say buckle up because 2025 is shaking up to be a great one already. So stick around. Next up, a YouTube viewer named Buck comments on this story from Ryan Macbeth, talking about disinformation and misinformation. Ryan Macbeth rocks. Don't spread misinformation and he'll leave you alone. He will catch you if you don't heed my warning. You are absolutely right, Buck. I've met plenty of other Ryans in my 42 years on the planet, but Ryan Macbeth stands out. His commitment to his country is obviously admirable, but it was his commitment to truth that first caught my eye. And as a journalist, I just love a good misinformation takedown. We have more stories with Ryan Macbeth on tap for next year as well. So Buck, keep watching. All right. Our next viewer comment comes to us from our most popular episode of the year, our trip to the Lockheed Martin F-35 assembly in Fort Worth, Texas. Mr. Chris Rogers writes, pretty cool episode. Thank you and everyone for this awesome news info. Really amazing. You're right, Chris. The F-35 is really amazing. There have been a lot of headlines about the plane recently and whether or not the U.S. should keep its contract with Lockheed Martin. I could, but I'm not going to turn this into a rap segment on the importance of the F-35 to great power competition. It's really important. But the F-35 is the most advanced fighter ever made. Israel took out all of Iran's air defenses with F-35s and didn't lose a single plane. So while the incoming administration may have some doubts about the merits of the contract with Lockheed Martin to buy more of the planes to service the fifth generation fighter, Chris Rogers is right. The F-35 is amazing. And that's going to do it for this week's Comms Check. Thanks to all the viewers who commented. If you'd like to see your comment, then just go ahead and leave it below, and we might address it on a future upcoming episode of Weapons and Warfare.